Good morning, students. So, welcome to the revision classes of assessment which we are going to write in the next coming month, September 7th onwards. So, here we want to revise that but long back we have covered the topics of reflection of light at curved surfaces and diffraction of light at curved surfaces. So, to recall this one, we are revising the classes. And whatever the videos we have done at that time, they are also being sent to you. Please watch that videos and watch these classes. Here in this chapter, we are having spherical mirrors. Curved mirrors are there. Two types of mirrors will be there. So we are not going deep. I will be teaching you. So what are the synopsis? What are the objectives? What are the objectives? What are the main important points we have covered in this chapter? Okay, we have spherical mirrors. So first, let us draw a circle. Here in the circle, if you cut this circle, see we have two curves. One is like this. So one curve we got. If this curve is quoted outside, bulb inside is quoted. What is bulb inside? What is bulb inside? And if it is quoted like this, so inner part is not quoted. That is called polished surface. And outer part is coated. That is called coated surface. From that one, the light will not go outside. So that it will not pass to that one. So from here, if you see from here, this kind of mirror is called converging mirror, or we can say concave mirror. Concave mirror. So what happens when light ray is coming from the infinity, so coming from the source, which is placed at some point. So that light will come and hit the mirror. After hitting, what happens? It will reflect. What is reflect? Reflect is nothing but after hitting, it will go back into the same medium. So like this, bend like this. So here in the geometric center, the geometric center of this total curve is called pole. And if I draw a line from the pole, that is called principal axis, and it will pass. And the point where this reflected ray is touching the principal axis or intersecting the principal axis, that is called focus, principal focus. This, and if you draw a line, normal, that is nothing but line perpendicular to the tangent. If you draw a tangent here, make an angle. If this angle is 90, you are drawing a line, and if this line is coming and meeting this point, that is nothing but point C on the principal axis, and that is called center of curvature. So these are the some important technical points to be learned. So what is pole? Pole is nothing but the geometric center of the curved surface or curved mirror. Or what is focus? So the meeting point, that is the reflected ray meets the principal axis at one point, and that point is called principal focus. What is center of curvature? So here we can say what is center of curvature. So when the normal intersect the principal axis at one point on the principal axis, and that is called center of curvature for that particular mirror. And the distance between the pole and the focus is called focal length, denoted by small letter. Focal length. The CGS unit of focal length is centimeters, and MKS unit of focal length is meter. So this is the distance between pole and principal focus is called focal length. Focal length. FOCA. Focal length of the mirror, denoted by the letter small f. Next, when the light is traveling in this direction, it will hit here and it will come here. So this is called angle of incidence, and this becomes the angle of reflection. Same like in the plane mirror, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So therefore the light is not coming out. This is one kind of mirror. Another mirror will be there. So I will drawing you another mirror. First mirror is the spherical mirror. First curved mirror is concave mirror. The concave mirror is nothing also known as converging mirror. Why it is called converging mirror? Means if you take a plane surface and if you make a curve of that one, what happens? All these, see, this is the principal axis. All the rays, these rays, light rays, which are coming from one point, from different points, they will pass through this point. That means they will pass through only one point. This is called focus. So all the reflected rays are meeting at one point. That's why it is called converging point, point of convergence. So here the temperature will be high. The temperature increases here. So why? Because all the rays are meeting from not 1, 2, 3, 4, not 4. Million means more than hundreds and hundreds of rays are reflected rays are being meet to that when the temperature increases. Where this principle is used, and this is used to construct the solar cooker or solar heater, which is the last topic of this lesson. And after that, we have one more curve surface. We are having same curve. If you put inside, and outside is not coated, that is the one part is not coated, and this is not coated, this is coated. So the light will not pass from this one and will not come outside in the mirrors. You know, one side is coated, one side is not coated. And when the light is coming, this is the principal pole. It will go like this. When the light is coming parallel to the principal axis, like this, after hitting the mirror, it will go like this. And another way, it is parallel to the principal axis. Again, after reflection, goes like this. So, this if you extend back, that is extend like this and extend like this, they will come and meet at one point. That is focus. Here, this is the focus. Here, what is happening? How many rays you draw? You can draw. That many rays you can draw. They will come and meet and they go like this. So they are going away. That is nothing but diverge. Diverge means they don't have any relation. They don't want to come and meet at one point, and they don't want to go parallel. So they are diverging. So these are called diverging mirror. So two types of mirror: concave mirror and convex mirrors. So loss of reflections are there. Loss of reflection of plane mirror. So where we have studied what is the law of the angle of incident is equal to angle of reflection. So in the plane mirror, this is the plane mirror, and if you draw a line perpendicular to the surface, this is called what? Normal to the particular surface, and this angle is 90 degrees. This is called point O, point of incident. When the light is coming and hitting here, that means hitting this is called incident ray, and after hitting it will send back into the same medium. So this ray is called incident. The angle between incident ray and the normal is called angle of incidence, and the angle between the normal and the reflected ray is called angle of reflection. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. That is the plane mirror. Whether this is happening with the spherical mirrors also means yes, that is happening, which we have seen by seeing the drawing the diagram. Now only this is the thing, and one ray is coming parallel. After hitting here, it will travel. This is the reflected ray, this is the incident ray, and this is the normal. Normally nothing but how we draw. So you will draw a tangent. To the tangent, perpendicular will draw. All the perpendiculars come and meet, and this is C. So this is suppose angle of incidence, and this becomes angle of reflection. Here angle of measure with the help of protractor. Angle of incident and angle of reflection both are same. So here in the case of spherical mirrors also, angle of incidence and angle of reflection are same here. So this by this, what we can say, angle of incidence for spherical mirrors is also playing the that is but same for like plane mirrors. How the plane mirrors are behaving, that activities are given in the textbooks, like one rubber the eraser, eraser, big eraser, or we can take the slippers foul with them. So slipper, and we cut like this one, and take pins. He attach the pins. This is a plane surface, and when you bend it like this, so what happens when you bend it like this? What happens? All the pins will come like this. All the pins will come like this, and that means when they are coming at one point to meet. This is called point of convergence. And you mold it other side, bend it other side, so they will go away from that side. How is it they will go? like this. This is called divergent mirror. This is a concave mirror. That is the shape of concave mirror, convergent mirror. So this is a convex mirror and divergent mirror. So like this we will be having the topics. So topic wise if you go and you don't have any doubts when you go through the topic wise. So I told you where one more than one, not one, more than one rays are concave mirror are coming. What is happening? So let us see what will be happening when more than one rays are coming. This is a curved mirror, that is quoted outside means concave mirror. Concave mirror. Take the center point as geometric center as this is nothing but pole and draw a line. This principal axis. Okay, this is principal axis we have drawn, and one line is parallel to the principal axis. After hitting, it is passing through the focus. This is incident ray I1 and this is R1, reflected ray. Similarly, another. So again, it is also traveling like this. This is another. Down I This is another incident ray. This is I1, this is I2, this is R2, this is I3. Now they are going like this. R3, next one is last one. Let us take I4, that will be going like this. This is focus. So this is R4. Now 4 lines are coming. 4 light rays are coming parallel to the principal axis. After hitting the curved surface of this one, polished surface, they are traveling through the focus. So here the temperature will be increasing. So not only 4, we can take more than 4. So more than 4, in multiple you can take infinite number of things we can take. So that means all these reflected rays will meet at one point. At that point, if you keep the vessel, so the vessel will be, the temperature of the vessel will be increasing. So that if you keep water or milk in that one, that starts slowly, the temperature increasing, starts boiling also. So that is the principle of solar cooker or solar heater here. So same thing is explained here, and what happens in the convex mirror, that is also explained. So try to draw the diagrams. Unless if you don't draw the diagram, you are not going to get the result. That is nothing but you are not going to understand the concept. So what happens? Coming parallel to the principal axis. After that, it will go. Use scale, pencil. Don't use pen while drawing the ray diagrams. So next we are having a lab activity to find the focal length and object distance. So in that one, what we have taken, what are the apparatus we have taken? V-stand we have taken, a concave mirror whose focal length is known we have taken, and one white paper that which is acting like a screen we have taken, and next V-stand, measuring tape or scale. After doing that, we have arranged the apparatus. It is there in page number 5. You can see that after arranging the apparatus, we have calculated these values. Object distance denoted by the letter U in centimeters, and next one is image distance, and that is denoted by the letter V. So after that, we can find the focal length. Yeah. Now the candle is taken as object and concave mirror is taken as mirror. That is nothing but mirror. And when the candle is burning, the flame, the image of the flame, when it falls on the concave mirror, the whatever the reflected rays are coming, they will be caught. Suppose this is V stand, and here we are having candle. So here we will be having some paper screen. By adjusting the paper, we can catch the image. That image will be inverted, sometimes real. Okay, inverted, real, sometimes diminished. In only one case it will diminish. So when the object is between pole in that case virtual image will be forming. So in remaining all the cases we will be getting diminished, enlarged. So inverted image, real image we will be getting like this. So you have to draw 6 diagrams, ray diagram. So from this one you have to calculate. Here the scale will be there. So from here, suppose this is the distance between this one is 50 centimeters from the of candle to the this one. So you write 50 here. The image forming suppose that 30 centimeters will say. You write 30 centimeters. So using the formula 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by v. So using the formula you can find the values. So you can find the values. Mirror equation. Mirror equation or mirror formula which we have given in the textbook we can perform. First thing, measuring is very important. So using that we will measure, and after measuring you will be understanding how to find the focal length of given object. So here 1 by f. So 1 by reciprocal of focal length is equal to size plus here. So 1 by focal length of this one is equal to 1 by image distance plus 1 by object distance. Image distance by object distance. Now, before going to draw the ray diagrams, we have some sign conventions are there. So, sign conventions are there and rules to draw the ray diagrams. What are the rules? So, the rules are one by one. Let us see. Let us take a mirror. Okay. Let us take a mirror. This is a mirror. Imagine this is a concave mirror or convex mirror, any mirror, spherical mirror we are taking. And this is the pole. When the light is traveling along the principal axis of a spherical mirror, does not deviate. It will not reflect, it will not refract, it will not bend, it will not come back. It will go straight like this. So that lost. When next one, when the light is coming parallel to the principal axis, parallel in the sense these both the distances are same. Parallel, after hitting the plane surface, then it will travel to the focus. Composite will travel to the focus. Next, when the light ray is coming and traveling to the focus, remains continuous. So these 3 rules are there. So by using these 3 rules, we can draw the ray diagrams for many 6 ray diagrams are there for concave mirror. Convex mirrors, no ray diagrams are there. So the question may be like this: we have radius of curvature is equal to 2 into f. So from this one, suppose the focal length of a concave mirror is 20 centimeters. F is equal to given 20 centimeters. So what is the radius of curvature? So simply you should know this relation. So radius of curvature is equal to twice of focal length. That is equal to 2 into 20. So you get 40 centimeters. So this is the radius of curvature. Instead, that one, if r value is given, r is equal to 80 centimeters. Then what is the value of f? F is equal to question mark. Now we know the formula. R is equal to 2f. Now you want the value of f. He asked f. Therefore, r by 2 is equal to f. What is r here? 80 by 2 is equal to f. So 40 centimeters is equal to f. So therefore, the focal length is 40 centimeters. Once you know the focal length, magnification can be found. What is magnification? Magnification is defined as m is equal to 1 by f. Reciprocal of focal length is nothing but magnification. So 1 by 40 is your magnification. 1 divided by 40. So let us write 0, 0.10 various. One more 0 here. 40 to the 80. Again 20 will be there. So one more 0. Then again 4, 5 and 20. So 0.025 is your magnification. That means the image is 4 times less than the original size of the object. Like that, we can say if it is less than that. If m value is 1, we can say that object's distance is equal to image distance. If it is 1, we can say object size is equal to image size. Size of the object and size of the image are same. So derivations are not important, but from the derivations, some key points will be there. They will be coming. So I told you r equal to m is 1 point, and from the derivations we can ask one problem. Sometimes a 2-mark question can be asked as objective type. All multiple choice questions will be there. 30 multiple choice questions. So from that one, you will be getting a 4-mark question can be asked. So what we will be doing? So similarly, u value will be given. The object is placed in front of a concave mirror at a distance of 40 centimeters or 30 centimeters, and an image is formed at a distance of suppose 20 centimeters. So for that one, what is the focal length? He asks. Suppose object distance u is equal to and image distance v is equal. V is equal to, suppose we got 20 centimeters, which is to be taken as positive and which is to be taken as negative. Now, concave mirror. In the rough column, you draw a concave mirror. Just draw a concave mirror and draw a this one. So, concave mirror means it is quoted outside. Okay. Quoted outside. It is a concave mirror. So, that means here we cannot keep the object. So object should be kept like that. So what is telling, all the distance should be measured from the pole. From the pole we have to measure distance, but the object is here. So that's why object distance should be taken as negative. And image will also be formed with the same. So that is also taken as negative. And substitute the values, you will get the answer in this formula. 1 by f is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by u. Do this one. One question is there. The magnification of an object is -1. So magnification is given -1. Okay. So magnification formula is already you know, height of the image by height of the object is equal to -1. Now if I cross multiply, height of the object is equal to minus of height of the image. HO is equal to minus of h of the image. That means the image is inverted. This minus means not less than 1. That minus in the magnification indicates this is upward and this is downward. So inverted image is formed. So both are of same size. See, magnitude is 1 here. Here also magnitude is 1, but here -1. -1 indicates downward to the principal axis. After calculating all this, we have magnific sign conventions are there. All the distances should be measured from the pole, and the light ray coming in the path of, that is nothing but concave mirror, is taken as positive, and after hitting here it go like this, no? In this direction you should take this distance from here to here, you should take it as negative. And if the object is above the principal axis, you take positive. If it is below the principal axis, you take it as negative. So these are the sign conventions, 3 sign conventions, which we have to learn compulsory to solve the problem. Sign conventions are important. Rules to draw the ray diagrams, and Archimedes principle you can directly read, but already we have given the Archimedes principle in your classwork in the earlier only. So otherwise we can collect the data, and we have given in the notes also, we can collect from your this one. So first, see, you do one thing. Open the textbook, read the textbook thoroughly. The questions will come from the textbook only, not back side of the textbook. Multiple choice which are at the back side of the textbook, that will not come. I am telling you once again. So textbook, read the textbook thoroughly, and if you are unable to remember, that means if you are unable to read twice, so write a heading. So laws of reflection. So first you write the two laws. Next one activity. Write that activity point wise. In the class work you can write. That becomes a class work only. So one activity one, write point one, point two, point three. So that one time writing is equal to 10 times learning. They say like this. So while your class work is being completed and revision is also being completed. Apart from that one, you use some time for the videos. So whatever the earlier videos are there, so you try to watch them and try to solve the problems. Whatever the textual problems are there, solve the problems and see problems will be on only three uses. 1 by f is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by u. See, if you don't reciprocal it, that becomes magnification. Suppose this value got 0.75 centimeters. This is 0.75. That becomes magnification. Why? Because m is equal to 1 by f. You don't know only. So after getting the answer, suppose you got the answer 1 by 15. 1 by f is equal to 1 by 15. 1 is equal to 1. F is your answer. So f is equal to focal length is 15 centimeters. Like this. Will be getting. After calculating f also they will ask calculate the radius of curvature. R is equal to 2f. Similarly, magnification is having two formulas. One is m is equal to minus p by u per meter. That is equal to hi by ho. That means height of the image or size of the image by size of the object. Using this one, we can solve this example. And if you want to do in very less time, this formula 1 by f is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by u. If you want to find, suppose f value directly, but not 1 by f. So, write 1 by f. What is the LCM? U into v. V into u. Right. V get cancelled if you take LCM and you get u into 1. U plus v. This is 1 by f. But we want f value. F is equal to, we will get, this is also reciprocal. If it is reciprocal, this will be also reciprocal. So, v into u by v plus u. This is the formula to find the focal length of the substance. From that one, if you want to find the image, I will write here in 1 by f. You can remember this formula also. Very easy to find the y because shortcut multiple choice takes less time. 1 by f is equal to same formula 1 by v minus 1 by z plus 1 by u. From this one, if you want to find v value 1 by f, this u becomes 1 by u is equal to 1 by v. I want v. Same f into u is your LCM. F cancel means u minus f is equal to 1 by v. Reciprocal value. F into u divided by u minus f is equal to v. This is your ultimate answer to find the image distance. Where the focal length is given, object distance is given. So this simply you get the answer if you remember this one. This is not the textbook. This is not the textbook. You can do like this. So answers may be like this. So which one of the following is a formula to find the image distance? This one they will give, this one they will give, another formula, this one they will give, this one they will give. So like that, among them which is your image distance formula, this is your image distance formula. Unless you will be searching for the formula. So please try to write like this. Similarly, another one is there. Suppose you want v is over, you want v. 1 by f minus 1 by u is equal to 1 by v. Here also we can write f into u. So what is here? F is v cancel, get u minus f is equal to, u is v here and I want to find u. Now v. Now you get f into v by v minus F is equal to U. This is 1 by U. This is T. Object distance. Like this, we can directly reduce the formula, simplify the formula, keep it ready so that we can find the values. So, first thing is coming to this one. Reading the textbook is very important from starting to the end. After that, what we have learned, actually our textbook will be there. That we have to learn and try to solve, write the equations as much as possible. If you get doubts, try to approach to the teachers. Okay, ask any science teacher or ask to me also. You can ask. You are free to ask. So after that, write all the formulae. 5 formulas are there here for formula. One is mirror equation. One is like this. We can write 4 times, and then is magnification. And one is relation. R is equal to 2 into F. So these are the relations where we can have the problematic type of questions. And remaining ray diagram you have to draw, but they want you to draw the ray diagram. So ray diagram will be given. Which one of the following ray diagram is wrong? 3 right will be there, 1 wrong will be there. Which depending upon the question. Or 1 right diagram will be there, remaining 3 will be there. So which one has to be corrected means all are correct. One thing will be wrong somewhere. So that diagram you have to correct. So A, B, C, D will be given. You have to write that one. Until some questions will be there. Until you solve the problem. Suppose the value is given, B value is given, is asking U value. That means object distance. Then what you will do? Compulsorily you have to go and you have to put the, that means take a paper and write the values and substitute, simplify. Finally you get the answer. Then that answer will be seen in the options. Unless that the answer will not be seen. So totally tough paper will not be there. You know, 10, 10, 10. So 10 bits maximum everybody will do. 10 that is moderate and 10 will be hyper, that is nothing but complicated. That is nothing but they are somewhat higher level. That is the thing prepared. Thank you. Have a nice day.